Wow. I gotta
Figure out
move
my
you guys around.
input.
I gotta move you guys around.
There we go.
I gotta move myself around.
Yes.
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 Hello everybody. How's everybody doing? I'm doing great. With me
Someone
is
say fish.
no.
Oh, okay.
With me I have Gabe and a fish.
I don't.
Hi, I fish.
Hello fish. I human.
Hi.
I bird. I bird. The minute I open stream, I see lizard. There's still like a word being redacted there when people talk about the lizard. I can't really read it.
Yeah, Pawn, show the bits.
Oh. Like a collector just went, come on, Pun, shut the bits. Randomizer when I can't be in VC. Well, you gotta tell me when you can be in VC, and then maybe we can do another one in there. Like, I'm honestly down to just doing randomizers from now until the game comes out. You
Prime
know?
4.
Yeah. Only at night. Well, maybe we can like do one at night.
A late night stream.
Yeah, a late night stream of sorts. The problem is
I
that
remember
midnight
the 5
bits.
late night streams.
yeah, I remember the late night streams as well.
We went to get ramen, and then we came back like, you want to stream? Fuck it, yeah, let's go.
And from all the games we've had to stream, it had to be fucking Pokemon. Only time I'm free. Yeah, I understand that. It's the same. It's just sometimes by the time that happens, I'm kind of like tuckered out. But maybe the next week or one of these days, I'll shift it to do the stream at night, so that way more people we can have more co-hosts and do something special about it. Like, I think it'd be funny for that to just make the randomizer another seed and just make it slightly more chaotic.
What kind of seed? Like a Cedos Prime 2 Super Chaotic?
Yeah, Echo's randomizers, as I can attest to, make for much more chaotic. Oh my gosh, thank you for the bits, Midnight's late night shenanigans. I also know somebody subbed. I wasn't able to see because it doesn't show up on my OBS and it didn't show up the graphic. I need to put those in the preview, but thanks again for the whoever it was for the sub. Really appreciate it. May the recollection be with you. Thank you. Oh no, another mission mission expansion. Collector. What's a mission expansion?
I mean,
Missile.
I know,
missile.
I know.
I meant missile.
I know, just...
Thank you, Midnight, for understanding the reference.
I mean, Alvar, you won the ultimate chaos?
Are you talking about crowd control?
Oh, well, I was okay, you know what? Let's make it the super ultimate chaos then.
Okay.
All mission.
We're gonna do a multi-world
missions.
randomizer crowd control.
Oh my gosh.
So not only people are gonna try to fuck with you, I'm gonna be the one helping you trying to find the things on my own prime run.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so funny, actually.
You're gonna be like, Albert,
What
know
do?
where I am.
What do?
I died to the fucking hive queen.
What do? I can literally hold your hand. Wow, we're playing this on hard mode? Jeez. I forgot.
You forgore, but then you recollected.
Gosh damn it, Collector. Alright, Collector, the question for you is then red or blue?
Blue, obviously.
Okay. Any reasons? Care to elaborate, or is it just blue?
It's blue because 1, dark samosa.
Oh my gosh.
And 2, C is blue.
Oh my
I like blue.
Yeah, I also like blue. Are you gonna react to the new Prime 4 trailer? I mean, I could. I was actually gonna ask chat. I haven't seen it. Cause
there's a new trailer?
Yeah, there's an overview trailer. So I just wanted to ask chat real quick if it's sort of like just gameplay stuff or more gameplay oriented, or do they also talk about story? Because like if it's just gameplay stuff, I guess I wouldn't really mind looking at it because I'm genuinely curious on how the Viola bike works and stuff like that. You know, it came out today.
Akira Slider Riot.
Yeah, and there's the Akira site. Uh,
Sorry.
so like I'm just asking because if not, then we could I can load it up and watch it. I just don't wanna like
There's
if
some story talk apparently.
if it's just if it's like some other random Federation trooper, then like no, I wouldn't really consider that much of a story stuff. But like if suddenly there's like Jaboy Weevil showing showing up, and then definitely I don't want to see that until
Give me a
like
second, I'll watch it trailer for you.
the game comes out, you know.
Also stream for me and
And
Collector
Fish
here.
Man. Sorry, I forgot to do that because I don't know if Fish can see or not. Kind of story.
I know.
Some new characters, just like the Kirby Air Riders. Not sure, haven't seen it yet. So yeah, if you guys could watch and then just let me know, I would. If there's not much, I can react to it. And again, the whole reason I'm having this stance is because I feel that trailers as of late just give away too many details, and I think that there's some
So
of
much.
them that like work better as just surprises and stuff like that. That being a game that I've just been personally anticipating for this long, I would rather be as blind as I can, but at the same time, I'm genuinely curious about the gameplay aspects about it. Just more so I can like have an idea what I'm getting myself into in terms of the bike and the gameplay.
Curiosity killed the
Recollection:
catfish.
Red versus Blue versus Spunk Laser, My Wife, Orpheon, from the critically acclaimed game Final Fantasy XIV. I don't know why it keeps glitching that other word. It's not much more gameplay. Okay, but like my question is,
They've only showcasing the different worlds that you're gonna visit.
okay,
It's telling you a little bit of the story of what's happening.
all right. I mean, I hope. Oh my gosh, Midnight donates the 50 bits just saying tomboy. About that redacted. I mean, Goth Girl Leaser. My bad. Smiley face. Gosh. All right. That made me just turn around in the room and not really. I just walked into the room,
You know
turned
what?
around, and left.
You know what? What's really weird? I have the same problem on my computer screen, right?
Yeah.
People tell me there's two Corins, right?
Uh-huh.
And they go and say the other Corin, and then it just comes up blank every time, and I don't know why that is.
What are you gonna tell me then? There's two Robins and two Bylivs?
That's crazy talk.
That's crazy talk. I predict Albert would be in the credits for Beyond. I doubt it. No, I don't. I don't deserve to be.
I mean, I never thought he'd be in the credits for Xenoblade X, but here we are.
I mean, to be fair, I'm a character in that game, and we can't say the name because Pawn is on stream. But I am in the game twice. No, I can't say. I like it, the fact that I could technically be talking about the post game with you right now, Collector, but I can't because there's people here that told me not to talk about it until they finish the game.
What do you mean? I was talking about the person who said Elma's so sweet and smart and cool
And professional and beautiful. Don't worry, Tatsu know how a useless lump of friend feels like. Hey, thanks. Wait, what do you mean useless lump?
dialogue in that game.
Yeah, I love. There's so many moments in that game that I could they live rent free because of either how cool or funny they are. All right, let me see what chat has been saying. They seem some stuff about the bike though, and Federation Troopers plus controls with Joy-Cons and those amiibos for the bike and Silex.
Yeah, I will keep it. I will not watch it.
Not watch
There's
it?
some things that I'm gonna be like, you're probably gonna want that keeps a surprise for yourself.
Alright, then I trust you, Gabe.
I did find out that the Kira motorcycle, I mean the Metroid motorcycle amiibo is actually $40.
Yeah, yeah. And
Wow.
the motorcycle and the suit are core of the Viola, by the way. Fun fact.
As someone who attempted to pick up violin at one point in time in my life before school got in the way, that brings a tear to my eye.
Yeah, right. Also, I don't know why your Fugi ain't working. Can you say fish?
Fish.
Alright, there, it's working now.
Glub,
Viola,
glub.
like the instrument viola? No, yes and no. It's I'll type it in the stream. Hold on, so that people can see how it's written. It's the day that they announced the bike. They posted a thing in the Nintendo Switch expansion pass app for phone, whatever silliness. And then they confirm it there that the bike is called Viola, but so is the suit, because they call it the Viola suit and bike. And it's typed like that.
To be fair, to be fair, I mean, you kind of link into the bike full on RoboCop bike style.
Dude, yeah, I mean, I guess.
So they're the same image.
This font is not good at showcasing it, but the V, O, and L are capitalized in the name of the bike and suit. I won, according to Gabe, as a part by my associate's suggestion, I won't be looking at the trailer then.
Yep.
But I guess I can give my thoughts or speculations
On what you already know.
on what based on what I know that might be like at play. And the number one guess I have is that the bike and the suit are kind of one and the same ish, and you can use the suit to just materialize the bike in bike approved areas, of course. Or you just have to leave it and you can just use the suit to recall it or whatever. The Switch 2 version has mouse controls and can switch between the two seamlessly. Yeah, they show that. They show that like when they revealed the Switch 2 though. Like back in like April or so, they showed off the mouse controls and the guys at the Nintendo Treehouse just swapping between mouse controls and regular controls at the same time. I honestly feel that like if I had a Switch 2, I would not use the mouse controls, to be honest. I like the idea, but like I don't think there's a definite there's the issue of how do I make that into a setup that works in my couch, on my couch. And for like a one game no less. Metroid Prime 5 will be taking place in the ocean? No, Collector. Metroid Prime 5 is Metroid Prime 5 the Croconing. It features Crocomire as the main antagonist. He just gave a whoop from the other room. Will I be able to run over Silex? Maybe in a boss fight, who knows?
Yay!
So yeah, I don't know anything about the trailer. I'm not gonna look about the trailer, and I would... Well, I found the Dark Visor, and ironically enough is located in the room that I told Crocomire last night that it's my least favorite Morph Ball item expansion to collect. So that is terrific that I have to go through that again, and this time with fucky power-ups. I should double check to see if I have the spider ball. How does the spider body know where I am? Well, if I'm not mistaken, I would have to scan and read this, but in theory, it's two different robots so it's like a Megazord situation, It's two robots that come to make one, so they can work independently from each other. So I'm assuming that the other guy has like a camera or something to tell it, or sensors that let it know where to go. Alright, so yeah, I got the spider ball. I gotta do this now. I honestly forgot quite a few of the power-ups that we have for the randomizer, but it doesn't help that because both of my I'm playing the game regularly on my GameCube for like my last playthrough of Echoes, if you may, before Prime 4 comes out or whatever. Little Metroid excitement, so I'll play every game that I can. Oh my gosh, Gabe, I forgot about that.
You forgot about Grease?
Yeah, I forgot about Grease. I would want to see a race against Silex mini boss fight. Oh, that would be funny. They're both on a bike. And then suddenly Shadow the Hedgehog is also there because he's on a bike. Maria.
No. You forget. Kirby's gonna show up on a bike.
No. Kirby's too busy in his own game, man. Shadow's got like all the time in the world right now.
You know what? That's fair.
It's like he's got so much time right now.
Actually, you know what? No, even better.
Uh-huh.
Captain Falcon makes an appearance.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Captain Falcon shows up for a race.
Introducing
I would
new Captain Falcon game
and
with
then yeah,
a new bike.
And they tease F-Zero SX. There's bikes in the game, and Samus is one of the racers.
And then in the
released a
trailer,
new
SAX
orange
comes
Switch.
up and says, "I thought you said SAX."
SAX.
And they released the orange Switch.
An orange Switch, yeah. Chat member, please don't tell me about
But the green
things
screen.
in the overview trailer. Thank
Yeah,
you.
don't talk about the overview trailer.
I said I don't know how many times I need to say that I'm not going to watch it because Gabe told me not to watch it based on the things he saw. And
I
the
also
SEX is
specifically
going
said
to
on the
play
chat,
an
let's not
epic
talk about it.
saxophone solo. I wouldn't have it any other way, dude. If the SAX shows up and it does not break into a saxophone solo that's at least 20 minutes long for collecting 100%, don't talk to me. Don't at me. It can be like Metroid Prime 6 and have like Elma and everything else that I want in it, but if the saxophone comes back and she's not playing the saxophone, I'm going to riot. No, you can't mention that Dark Samus is back because I know that Dark Samus is not back. I know that I know bait when I see it. One of my friends is Fish.
It's true. I taught him all there is to know about bait.
I don't know if there's I don't know if there's trailers in the new content chat, but there might be more like context and stuff like that we did not know before that I'm just trying to go as blind as I can into this game. There's a part of me that kind of just wants to emulate that that era where I just bought a game that because it looked kind of fun and I'm gonna play it, and not because I know everything that the game can do before I buy the game, you know?
You know what's funny is that I compare all these massive story reveals in these new game trailers the same way that they reveal a horror movie coming out in theaters and they actually show a jump scare in it as an advertisement. Like, well, now I'm not going to be surprised because I'm expecting it.
Yeah, or
I've seen that in the movie.
Yeah, or they show you like all the scenes and all the stuff that you would otherwise
It ruins
be
the fun.
surprised. It's like it's like when you compare
the revealing Baby Bowser, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I would have loved to see that on the.
I would have loved to have been completely surprised by that, right?
Yeah.
No, we're
Yeah.
we're.
only 3
The
weeks
new
away left.
so-called
It's so
money
crazy to
shot
think
thing.
about that. Yeah, and that's precisely why I also kind of want to be blind because, you know, for sure, chat. I'll be here. I'll stream the game. Same as we did Dread. I'll record all of it and what have you, and then probably do a second playthrough where I'm recording material for the channel. Now that I have like better context on when to make parts and stuff like that, so that the editing is I don't have to skim through an hour-long worth of footage just for like one cutscene moment where a Federation member goes and looks at Samus and says, "Wow, you so cool. She's so cool." The fact that the Ink can take over machines is OP. Well, it's Phazon, so they're Phazon. The new Hyrule
Aren't the
Warriors
machines
is
also biomechanical?
no.
Oh, never mind.
These are full machines. Phazon can just corrupt anything that's kind of have like be a what they establish here is that Phazon can even corrupt machines and their programming and stuff like that. You know. To be fair, that's because machines persist are biomechanical. No, it's
Yeah, that was what I just said.
The ones in this game are not biomechanical. The ones in Fusion do. So like an X Parasite. I forgot I cannot do this because I don't have light suit. Ooh.
I was thinking X Parasites, my bad.
Yeah. If it were X Parasites, then yeah, well, you're 100% correct. They wouldn't be able to do it because they're not biomechanicals. But the Phazon just does not care.
Look at how dark Samus came to be.
Yeah. Wait, the Ing are Phazon? Yes. They're at least Phazon adjacent or spawns from Phazon. Because when you go to Phase, you fight Inglets, just like the ones that you fight in Dark Aether.
Yeah, that was a great callback.
Yeah, and on top of that, like all of the ink stuff came because of the Leviathan meteor that crashed onto this planet, and so like a lot of the ing imagery and creatures we do end up seeing in Face when we go there, because like the ink came from the Leviathan sea that crashed on Aether, and from the Phazon and stuff like that. Are the Luminov robots sentient? No, they're not. They're just machines following protocol, if I'm not mistaken. Because they never really established that they're sentient, just that they're great, powerful, and then the Ing were able to corrupt them and stuff like that. But I don't remember any scans mentioning about the machines capable of self-thinking. They're automatons in the sense that they have like an AI algorithm, but it's not sentience. Plot twist, Alex will open up his helmet and Anthony will be underneath it and say his iconic line, "Do you remember me? Remember me?" Oh, that reminds me, I gotta look for a sketch from one of those old that I have from the Chibi commissions that was made about it's regarding Anthony going, "Remember me." Tell you what, for extra bits, even if it's just one more bit, I'll get off my lazy chair and I'll go look for my hard drive so I can show shitpost Anthony that I have for the channel. The other sketches I have Midnight are for the OCs and stuff. So yeah, like going back to the Yings thing. So like okay, I'll go. Albert will get off his lazy chair, sit down on his slightly less lazy chair. Alright, I'll be right back. Let me go get my hard drive. Thanks for the bit collector. I'm glad you enjoyed the whole.
I guess you can say he. No, I'm not going to say it. All right, I go underwater real quick. BRB.
Alright. I'm back. Wait on my headphones.
Back?
Now I'm back. So yeah, the Ing,
I go mute, but I hear.
The Ing are like they spawned from the Leviathan seed when it crashes on Aether, but because of the crash and the wonkiness and the unique energy that Aether has, it made it so that the Leviathan just sort of like vanishes and created Dark Aether. but the log seemed to imply that from there is where the ing come from. And then you play corruption and you find things like Inglet and other ing-looking hellish spawn and stuff like that, and how that chaotic wildlife on that planet follows similar hierarchies and stuff to the ing that, you know, just I wouldn't say that the ing are inherently made of Phazon in the same way as the creatures in Phase, but they're definitely Phazon spawn. I really like Samus's new red and black suit in Prime 4. Do you? No. I love it. I don't like it. I love it. It's also called the Viola suit, by the way, chat. In case the more you know. I'm just trying to get I'm looking for the PNG. I think no, it ain't here. Oh, I do have this. I'll promote this. I have a Redbubble store. I'm thinking about maybe migrating it later to somewhere else, just because of like environmental packaging and all that other stuff. Gotta worry about them burps. But in the meantime, like if you guys are really excited for Prime 4, we have. Oh wow, this is ginormous. I am a big ass Silex. How you doing? Oh, let me shrink Silex. There we go. We got this handy dandy Silex design or shirt. You can get these on that Redbubble store. There's one per hunter in Metroid, so it's not just the guys from Hunters. There's also the guys from Corruption in there and stuff like that. I wonder if they picked the viola as opposed to like cello, because viola also rhymes with varia. I'm not sure. Do they speak English? Yes, they do speak English. Although the joke is that I made on the videos is that the ink speak Spanish because they're like from the dark dimension and Umos is speaking in English, so I made them speak Spanish. Just because I thought it'd be kind of silly. Yes, we do have a just-in-time shirt, actually. And that one is just straight up a just-in-time shirt. Hold on. Like, no cap. It's just a meme. It's just a meme. You can go get these at the Redbubble store. Link should be just down. Thank you, Collector. The link should be down below if you're watching in the purple chat. All proceeds go into helping create more assets and my nuggy addiction. There's one per hunter. There's a lot of side characters. SAX. Dark Samus got like 2 or 3 different designs. And there's some other like 2B, A2, and other characters that I just brain rot about and stuff like that in there. So you can also get these as stickers and notebooks and all these other things that Redbubble prints. So, and if there's like a thing or a chibi or whatever that you've seen in the videos and you would like to see it on blank, you can always just send me a DM and I'd be happy to just accommodate. I'm just trying to look for this thing. Oh, I found it. Found it. Give me 2 seconds. Now I gotta export it. I must have missed that one when you make the ink speak Spanish. Oh, that was like in the early days of like the Orpheon though. What about Aurora units? I don't have a design about the Aurora units, but we do have Mother Brains. Hold on. Chad, I hope this is worth it, because every time I look at it, I saw the new trailer and I love blah blah blah. So I'm not reading anything that's regarding the new trailer. I stopped myself there. Oh my gosh. Swallows. Here, I'm gonna put him here.
Remember me?
Uh,
Remember me?
I do have a Samus reacting to him saying the meme. I don't know. It always cracks me up. I love Anthony so much. No matter how much I believe he was underutilized. Well, everybody in that was sort of like his potential, but not used fully at it. This is true art. Thanks. Get you a bro like Anthony will never be lonely. My theories about Silex is either Elma is under the helmet as the gag that we made, and she's just doing chaos so that they had to make another mission for Samus. And if not, it's just like the other gag joke that I was saying. It's like it's a dark timeline Samus type of shit. At this point, I don't know which one I would like more. I'm just trying to see. The sketches I have are just OC's Midnight though, but if you're still here, I wouldn't mind just showing one, I guess. Anthony remembers, Orvion recollects. Oh gosh. I'm seated? Alright. I am present. Alright, then let me get that pinch then. That sketch. Where it at? Where it be at? Alright, there's one. I'm looking for the others. Please hold. Please fish. She simply ascends and returns. Oh, speaking of sketches, once I have an update on the expressions, I have an OC sketch to share with. Well, let me know. Always happy to. Always happy to see more, of course.
You know, it'd be kind of funny.
Why?
Whenever Silex takes off the helmet,
Uh-huh.
and then the moment he does,
It's just a Korok. It's the Korok from. It's the Korok from the new Hyrule Warriors. I think it's easy to say, chat, but I'm not really interested in Hyrule Warriors. I only played the original Hyrule Warriors, and that was it. You probably jump scared Pawn with the phone, though.
I guess you can say she fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker.
Or, Gabe, can you put him in jail for like a few seconds, please?
Wait, no, hang on.
I don't think Gabe is here though. You're lucky.
Yes, I am.
Oh, do your bit then.
I mean, yes, I did.
Thank you. There actually is a playable Korok in the new Hyrule Warriors and Heroes. Yeah, I saw like a
I came back to the surface.
A meme about it. All right, I got the sketch for Midnight. Here you go, Midnight. And that's it. Well, that's one of them. I got more. This is slowly turning into less of a randomizer art and more of a... There she is. For those who don't know, this is when my villager's supposed to be in Animal Crossing. But yeah. Oh, hey, Deadweight. No, I'm not going to see the trailers. Can we get a Muso's Warriors game for Metroid? I think Xenoblade at this point would work better than Metroid, maybe. As a spin-off, I think that Metroid can maybe go somewhere else. I just don't want another Muso Warriors game where I'm just like mindlessly slashing away at 10,000 enemies. Like I at this point for like Metroid adjacent spin-offs like that, I would really have to think about something because like I think that Xenoblade fits better the Muso-oriented mentality, given that in that game you're literally fighting in wars and hordes of enemies, and stuff like
That is
that.
true.
In all four of those games, so you have a lot to pull off for unique enemies and unique characters with unique mechanics and abilities and stuff like that. That I feel like with Metroid, you can either take the other M approach again, but now just like work it better. I know that saying the words other M again scares away everybody who plays Metroid or whatever these days, but I feel like if you grab other M and make it based around Weevil or whatever, that could work. Or if you grab something like Federation Force and make it work closer to like a Republic Commando, some other co-op mission-based structure, than like, you know. I'd say for the best. The marketing has spoiled a ton. Yeah, that's why I'm not looking at it. I said when they announced the Viola in that last direct that I wasn't gonna look at anything else because I was like satisfied with, okay, this is a new gameplay twist mechanic of sorts. I'd rather keep everything else as a surprise and then and all that stuff. But like I would rather see something like along the lines, all right, it's a Metroid Prime game, but you're playing from as one of the other hunters or something along those lines rather than just a Muso game. The cool thing about Musa spin-off is playing as many characters, but Metroid doesn't have that many. I think it's that Metroid doesn't have as many that might make for interesting, diverse, like, play styles. Because part of the Muso DNA is also the fact that you would want to play as different characters because they do different things. But in the end of the day, you're just pressing X several times and then Y occasionally. So I just feel that, like... you can do different things with Metroid instead of just, alright, this worked for Zelda, now let's apply it to Metroid. They showed off even more surprises early and late. And giving that what they're showing might be best find out for yourself in a few weeks. Exactly. That's why I'm not gonna watch it. And I would really appreciate it if all you guys would not mention stuff about it. And all that stuff, because I would be very sad, and my month would be ruined. Like, why does it have to be Muso though? That's what I'm saying. I mean, I would like something instead of the Muso. I think something like Xenoblade X, but it's Metroid, based on a Metroid universe, could work even better because now you have time, because a lot of Xenoblade X's gameplay loop is a Musa style combat, but you have a lot of emphasis on exploration and getting abilities that help you explore the planet a lot more, be it the scale, be it the flight module, be it the overdrive mechanic, and you're already dealing with like meeting different alien civilizations and ruins and stuff like that.
I would love a new Gundam. So
A Gundam Musa would be fun. I
the
just
last
think
one was on the
that
Switch.
is the problem is that like there's so much Gundam now that like how does not become another Robot Wars? Putting a note is actually a good idea. A little spoiler-free zone. Yeah, the problem is that people wouldn't consider the new trailer like spoiler material because it was shown in the trailer, you know? But I would consider it spoilers. Maybe a horror game like Dead by Daylight with the other hunters hunting down Federation soldiers. Yeah, that could also work. But I was thinking also like a Resident Evil, Silent Hill type of game, more focused on horror and stuff. Those games are already Metroid-y, if you think about them. Collect item in one room, use it in another room, and now you can make progress type of stuff. That I think you could just make it based around a weaker Samus or Federation Trooper or Guns McGee and Anthony, and it would work, you know? Beam shield can be breached by opposing polarity system. Alright, yeah, that's how I'm used to just spamming the super missiles against these guys, to be honest. Horror, kind of like Dead Space. Yeah, Dead Space, Signalist, Swapper, Carry On. There's so many sci-fi horror games that that feel very Metroid-y or Metroidvania adjacent. Oh, there's the what's that? Is that to read blue? All right, yeah, that's to read. That's so I can read blue. Shit. Metroid Dread Space.
Midnight, what happened? Midnight, what you need?
You know,
What you
even
need from me?
so, like, I feel like a horror game or a classic horror game, I should say, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Eternal Darkness, would make for the best Metroid spin-off, because in a Muso game, you kind of remove the tension that comes from horror and stuff like that because you're just one guy obliterating an entire like army, you know? Well, I got Dark Beam ammo. Hooray. Versus like in this, where you still have that Metroid DNA about finding items and lore and isolation, without just destroying a bunch of enemies. If people are complaining about the isolation not being a thing on more recent Metroid games, imagine if they made a Muso. And now you just see Samus like taking down a wave of 1,000 space pirates. I think like it would just feel a little bit out of canon. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, so my book is just either more Federation Force, more something like Hunters, but just polish and refine those two games, and or a horror game of sorts.
Also, remember in Muso's range characters usually are OP.
Yeah, and Metroid, everybody's
Basically,
like
an OP
ranged.
versus OP.
Metroid Prime Pinball 2, you say that it's a joke, but I would implode. Pokemon Pinball, dude. If Pokemon Company actually wants to get me excited again, they should just make Pokemon Pinball again. Instead of all these other gacha games that just are gacha games. And find scummy ways of just getting people's money and stuff like that. One pinball for every Prime game, or just make a new pinball game that's based on all three of the trilogy, of the original trilogy of sorts. So you got like a board that's based around Metroid Prime 1 and 2 and 3. But obviously it doesn't work as well because the magic of the original Metroid Prime pinball is just that it's Metroid Prime in pinball form. Introducing the new Nintendo pinball game for $40. Must have the Nintendo Family Plan Online to play the game. Metroid Snap, like Pokemon Snap. Yeah, that could also that would also work as a cute little spin-off of sorts. I'm not even gonna lie. It might be funny. Is Samus a person of faith? Chat, what type of questions are these? Where did this come from? I don't know. I don't know these things. There's... Ask Sakamoto. I wonder what a Metroid game where you play as a rogue space pirate as a survival horror game would be like. That also would be cool. I remember back in the days when corruption was still around. Gravity boost. All right, we can go underwater Torvis now. There was like a rumor or some like thing on the website about space pirate like lore or whatever that for a second people believed it to be like either planned or canceled game that was not too far from that, where it's just a space pirate sort of game or space pirate perspective game. Give us a chibi artwork from Federation Force for the Metroid Snap, and it'll be set. The story can be a new space pirate being hired and tasked with collecting data for the new task force. I like that idea, Collector. If not, you can just make it that it's sort of like the Federation's Star Trek crew, that they're tasked with like finding new creatures and stuff, and that leads them to uncover some bigger threat, and they say Samus and stuff like that, because the Federation already does that. That's how the space pirates got their hands on the Metroid in the first place. They found SR3DA, they went down to explore the planet, and what's this? Metroids, and then the space pirates came. Find this and more in the intro of Metroid Samus Returns. Speaking of space pirates, I wonder if there's still some left in the galaxy after Super Metroid. Well, if my beliefs are anything to go by in terms of Metroid's timeline and stuff, the answer is yes already. The Super Metroid commercial, Japanese commercials and manuals, have it take place in the year 2000X5. I remember, I don't know if my friend Deadweight is still in the chat and he can confirm or not, but I remember having a chat with him and some other people about content for Samus Returns, also confirming like year 20X5. So there's a chance that Prime 4 does take place after Super. Which is why Silex being able to replicate Metroids makes for a scary, spoopy story. Doubly so when he's like, well, Metroids are fine, but this is way more important. Metroid Space Pirates survive Samus. Samus is the invincible pursuer. It's, yeah, I mean, I guess you could make that brain into like a Haunted Grounds. Anybody remember that game? Where it's like another spoopy game, and you just played, you just were constantly there. It's sort of like your generic spooky game, but the main catch is that you are always chased by an enemy that you cannot defeat. Sort of like,
I remember that.
So yeah, sort of like, I guess, Resident Evil 3 with Nemesis, except Nemesis and Mr. X were the main gimmick for the entire game, and the game was built around it. So you can destroy the host of the space pirates, but not the idea. I mean, I don't think that they'll ever be able to completely eradicate the space pirates, because in my own headcanon, I guess, the space pirates are more of a affiliation rather than a species or a group of people, you know? So that's why they look different per game, and how they continue to spawn and do different plants and stuff like that. Federation Force, I guess, was just saying it more as the cleanup for the space pirates that were, like, at large with the whole Phazon stuff. Yeah, Brain, you know, Brain, I like spoopy stuff. You know this. But yeah, like, I was thinking, like, alright, if you're gonna make it like that, then it could work, because you could, like, realistically paint Samus as the indestructible thing that the pirates cannot destroy. Also, I guess we can go fight Quadraxis. I can go into his room and fight him, but I'm gonna save that for later, because wow, fighting Quadraxis without super missiles and the little things I have in hand might be a little bit of slow and annoying. Doable for sure, but I don't think anybody wants to sit around and fight the most unnecessarily long Quadraxis fight that I force myself to do.
Because you don't have any of the things that is going to make it.
Yes. Specifically super missiles and more energy tanks and missiles. Because, like, Quadraxis, it's mostly in the first phase. The second phase is I don't need much of that, but... Because I don't have light, that boss fight does not have any, what do you call it? Light crystals, I'm constantly taking environmental damage. Granted, that's how the fight is meant to happen, and I have the dark suit, so if I were in the Varya suit, it's still doable, but I would still be like, no. No. Shit. Why are Metroids such a big deal? Just engineer a creature that eats Metroids, adapt, improvise, overcome. I wouldn't be surprised if that's in the tables, but, like... They made the Metroid specifically sort of indestructible. So I guess, like, you can just have a Sheegoth and have the Sheegoth do its ice breath attack on the Metroid, and there you go, they would die. So I don't think we need to bioengineer another creature to take care of another bioengineered creature. Alright, this is a missile. I'm not doing this puzzle. This is a missile. I'm not doing this puzzle. It takes a while. And there's a lot more that we can explore. Rundas, that's why he was corrupted first. He was a menace to Metroids and Dark Samus? Nah. They're all corrupted at the same time, though. Quite literally. Like, this is not a joke. They all fell under the phase on corruption at the exact same moment. The only reason that Samus wasn't corrupted, unlike the other hunters, is because she was in a coma for a month. And even the Aurora unit and the Federation trooper that wakes you up tells you that it's been a while and that the other hunters were already dispatched. But they were all corrupted in that one moment, in that one cutscene in Norian, so... Nobody was corrupted first because they were a higher threat or something. Rundas really, and Gorg and Dreda did not pose that much of a threat to Dark Samus's grander scheme. If you think about it. It was Samus in the end who was able to resist the corruption and stuff like that. So, just food for thought. The idea of a rogue space pirate perspective game would be to survive against his comrade and Ridley ends up dead in the end, helping out Samus in the process without noticing. Well, I guess you could do something similar with that already, because you have Weevil, and Weevil decided to defect from the space pirates because after he was turned into a cyborg that was just using him as a tool. So he just completely left the space pirates. So if you wanted a rogue space pirate doing it, there's been one in the canon since 2006, you know. But when all the Metroids are gone, then this other creature is just going to be another dangerous weapon. Put it in a microwave then. Rundas was corrupted first by 0.00 seconds because his ice powers were a menace to the Metroids. Nah, dude, you just that sounds like copium. Rundas ain't that special, man. That's the whole point. None of them are special. They got all this lore and stuff like that, but it didn't matter in the end. They all died and were corrupted to the Phazon. The noble hero, the selfless guy, and the best neat sassy, take no bullshit from anybody shapeshifter, you know? I wonder if Samus can handle so much Phazon due to the past two games, considering she's used to hyper beams in Prime 1 and 2. See, I would definitely be able to I buy that. I totally can see that being a thing, that because Samus has had more exposure dealing with Phazon, she was probably more prepared for the undertaking. And when you add that to the fact that, you know, she was a month in a coma and she hasn't used the PED and the phase-on as much as the other hunters, while securing Brio, Elysia, in the pirate homeworld, that it's, you know, part of the thing that helped. Could Gandrada transform into corrupt stuff like Dark Samus or Missing Go? Well, I don't know if Missing No really counts because that's just a glitch. It's not a real thing. I think if you want to go with the corrupt idea in a Pokemon world, you should have mentioned Porygon Z because that thing was
Or
just
even the fucking Ultra Beam.
yeah. That's like saying if Gandrada could turn into the infinite money glitch from Mario, you know, Crown World. My guess is probably yes. She could still transform into Dark Samus and stuff because she can turn into Gore. She can copy technology as well. So also Dark Samus isn't corrupt or corruption in that same aspect of warp or whatever because she's just her own entity. Target is energizing herself, building internal supply of phase-on energy dangerously high levels. I would say the SAX is closer to a corrupt Samus than Dark Samus in the terms of the lore, because Dark Samus is just using Samus's armor and body for a avatar for the phase-on for the will of phase to manifest. It's just a host. And so by it consuming the other hunters, in theory it could use the other hunters, but you know, Samus is just a stronger thing to replicate because of Chozo technology and all this other shit. The corruption part, I think it's what you said, the coma. But with how much face and she gets blasted with Prime 3, I assume she handles it due to the past games. No, yeah, I'm agreeing with the fact that between the coma and the fact that she's had that sort of exposure and knowledge about the phase-in in the previous games is what gave her the upper hand and not falling to Dark Samus's plan and stuff like that. If anything, the silly thing about Metroid Prime 3's narrative, if you think about it, is why didn't Dark Samus just show up again to finish the job? Like, when Samus destroys, you know, 1 or 2 Leviathan seeds, and she's showing that the phase-on corruption is not really taking hold of her, why doesn't she just, like, show up and force feed phase-on beam or whatever, you know? I know somebody in chat who would be happy to be in those shoes. Also, Dark Samus 2, aka the coolest Dark Samus fight, don't at me. Wow. Forgot she's chunky. I have a feeling Samus is resistant to many viruses since she has multiple alien DNA in her body. I agree with that, because not so much because of the DNA per se, but because of that she might have just different immune systems, you know? Because in the end of the day, it's less about the DNA and more about how your immune system behaves and reacts and stuff like that. The DNA, that's the biggest risk with the DNA infusion from the Chozo, was that her body rejects the DNA and one makes the other's immune system destroy from inside, you know? So, yeah, I can see that in a sense that, you know, because of the Chozo DNA transfusion, she might have, like, Chozo immune system stuff as well, and that might come handy dandy, but I also like to imagine that, you know, that's part of the power suit and Vargas suit's function. I don't know. Speculation at this point, you know? Fan theories. The Dark Samus duels and the Hunter duels are so cool. I really hope Silex lives up to those boss fights. I'm pretty sure he will. Given the fact that he's only had, like, 1 weapon associated with him in a gunship, I think, like, the sky is the limit with the things you can introduce into the game. And, well, Lockjaw and Morphle, I guess. But if they were able to make, like, already sort of Samus mirror matches fun and engaging both boss-wise and thematically, they can do it again. Talking about a team at Retro with experience from several different other quality titles and stuff like that. Working on Prime 4, you know, so... It's Darf Samosa. No, it's dank. Can you see that she's so dank because she's all goop? Oh, Collector, I was disappointed in Animal Crossing. I have to tell you the sad story. I had collected
Do tell.
Imagine collecting 3 mantis shrimps. And then CJ's like, I cannot make models of mantis shrimps.
Tragic.
I know, because there's also like king crabs and dungeness crabs and all these other things that you can dive and collect that CJ just does not, won't even buy them off you. Even though they're
Genuinely
also
tragic.
sea life, yeah. I guess I just wish they added a third like villager of sorts that like Flick and CJ that cares for those deep sea stuff. Also, thanks for the J. We'll get back to Digimon after Prime 4.
Digimon.
I'm also jealous Dark Samus and other hunters have a shotgun blast. Gives me that Prime 4. Give me that in Prime 4. But you already have a shotgun blast. It's called a light beam. It works just like a shotgun blast. The beams, the bullets scatter and everything. You know. Do you think the boss fights in Prime form have potential to be good as threats? Yes. What would make you think they don't? I think that the reason Dred's boss fights are so memorable and cool is because they borrow elements from the boss fights in the Prime games. Whoa! But it's not a heavy beam. I mean, I would love a beam that's just heavy. 2H. 6H, sorry, 6H, 6H. I'm a Ramlethal player. What I'm talking about, 6H, 6H. I'm a Ramlethal player. I gotta live and die by the 6H. Same as Potemkin. Karate chop them from across the screen. They'll never see it coming. Also, what is this emote? I do not know. Don't look at me. It's not my emote. People forget how ridiculous good Prime 3 bosses fight are. Yes, they're good boss fights, but I think they're the weakest in the trilogy. Part of it has to do with the fact that you can only defeat the majority of them by the same gimmick. Use hyper mode, shoot at the specific weak spot because you have motion controls, rinse and repeat. And then you got bosses like Andrada and Omega Ridley that just sort of overstate their welcome by either jumping around or flying around, so it makes it harder for you to shoot it with your one beam and stuff like that. So I feel like in the context of the grander scheme of things from boss fights that I fought, they are pretty good. But with compared to what happened before, they are okay. And my main complaint is just that they overstate their welcome. How many, like, the Gandrada boss fight is fun thematically and mechanic because it's, you know, fighting all the enemies that you fought so far, but at the same time, when it comes to just fighting Gandrada herself, she's just jumping around, and you gotta shoot her, and then Omega Ridley's flying around. Helios and Moganar share the same shoot over here. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, Pawn, that you just come back when we're about to vanquish Dank Samosa. Assuming she don't beat me right now.
Pawn would allow it.
Oh my gosh, that might happen at this rate. Oh no, I win!
I mean,
I win. I'm sorry. This is me. That's me a lot of the time. This Dark Samus. When I read some things in chat. Specifically things that have to do with this. No more lizard? How is this my fault? Homing missiles help negate her running around. Yeah, I know. But I don't have them. I don't have secret missiles. I just had the regular missile. Oh my gosh, Tomboy Laser? Thank you for the bits of YouTube. Oh my gosh. Tomboy Laser. Also, this portal is evil. They don't even drop you on a light room bubble. So if you had like 1 health remaining, you just come out of the portal and die. That would tilt me so much as a kid. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna show the laser again then. Tombo laser. Thanks for the bits, Mewtwo. King Ozier Tombo?
He knows your Tom.
I mean, I know King Ozier, but I don't know what you mean by
The Black Ranger. She's a tomboy.
Oh, I thought it was that the bog was called Tombo. Now that I remember. There's the Grandrada shirt. I'm gonna put her on there because she was my favorite. I have my little bit, and by little bit I really do mean that this is a bit, but I sort of quote unquote judge people, Metroid fans, based on who their favorite hunter from Prime 3 is.
Oh, the source says Tombo. Blue part. All right.
Yeah, Tombo is blue. Well, I thought that they were naming the names of the bugs because some of them are just the name of the bugs. Because the red one is not just called Akai and the green is not called Morita, you know? I thought Tombo meant the bug, like the dragonfly. Oh, can somebody Google it? Or get confirmation? I believed Tombo was the bug and not the color in the King Ozier. But it's been a while since I saw King Ozier. I'll look it up.
I'm looking it up. Let's see.
Japanese Tombo.
Yeah, Tombo Ogre is the name of the blue one.
It's Dragonfly. It's not blue. At least according to these 2 websites that I've seen. Tombo is the
Dragonfly.
Yeah,
that's also the name of the,
yeah.
Right.
Everyone is named after their bug, but Toy loves puns. Tombo. Yeah. I don't remember this. Black is Hachi. Yeah, I remember. The gut box. Chat, anybody here seeing Kamen Rider Sesti? If so, what do you think?
I like it.
So far, I'm liking it. Just waiting for more of the plot to, like, pick up, but then again, I'm not up to date. Chad, I also heard that if you donated bits, Collector could do a flip for us.
What the flip?
Speaking of fish, I did the Final Fantasy 16 Leviathan content. You won't believe what song shows up.
Le Choix.
Leviathan. They actually just play the melody for Blinding Indigo.
Amazing.
So that's 3 songs that So can just recycle between games, and I'm absolutely okay with it. Because of course you have chicken tenders when you fight Omega.
I mean, on the
Chicken tender.
on Wilds, the Savage Omega,
Mm-hmm.
he plays the da da na na da da
Dun,
da
dun,
na
dun.
da
Oh,
da da
sweet.
na.
I thought that in the Savage it would play the Savage song from the final phases.
It changes the song of the final stage.
Shout out to Kamen Rider Geats having the main writer do the screw attack. Well, I never really sat down and watched Geats. It wasn't my story. To be fair, I've sort of fallen off Kamen Rider with the Reiwa era, and it's just mostly because the type of stories and angles that they're going with the narratives are just not my style. So. Samus has a history with purple dragons. Would she get along with Spyro? Well, I mean, Ridley is
I
a
don't think
purple
so.
space, but like with dragons, maybe. But purple space pterodactyl pirate dragons. Sorry, purple fire plasma breathing space pterodactyl pirate dragons. Probably not. Were you gonna say something, Abe? I think I caught you off.
Nah,
Okay,
I said probably not.
probably not. All right, I think that's all I can collect from Sanctuary.
Collect.
No collector.
Oh, okay.
It's time for your medicines again. No time for collecting.
Okay.
Have we been in Torvis? Wow, we just haven't been in Torvis at all. Can I get to Torvis?
Can I at least get it inside a snack?
Yes. Yeah, you could. Yeah,
Okay.
you can get it as a snack.
Yes.
We're picky, but not that picky.
Good. Good.
Good. This fishes me.
This pleases the fish.
No, this fishes you.
That sounds fishy.
Why would you name the act of hunting fish the same name as the animal? That's my question.
I don't know. I don't make the rules.
I didn't make the English language.
Exactly.
But you know what I mean, right?
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
It's like, we'll name them fish. And what about when you're like, it's like chicken. I am chicken. I'm fishing fish. Oh, this writer talk is making me think about the live action trailer for Metroid Prime. Yeah. That trailer was awesome.
What?
You've never seen it?
Imagine it's Samus in Metro Prime 4.
Oh.
Is in the zero suit and she poses and then transforms.
She goes Henshin. I would lose it.
I remember the commercials we used to get for the GameCube where they go with the caption "Who are you?"
Yeah.
And you had the gymnast jumping up around,
yeah.
and then it would say "Who are you?" and that was the advertisement for Metroid Prime.
Zero Mission.
Oh yeah, was it Zero Mission?
Yeah, the one for Echoes was the same, but it was just like a lady walking through like a street and armor just materializing on top of her.
Oh, okay.
The best Metroid commercial comes from Canada, though. Have you seen?
That was
Have you seen?
that was good.
Have you seen the Echoes? If you've not seen it, chat, let me know and I'll play it. But the Canadian ad for Metroid Prime 2 is just genius. Because they're not wrong. Also, the other M1 with a live action is also pretty cool. I think that people don't mention it just because it's Metroid Other M. But they used to play that shit in the movie theater. The first time I saw that trailer was like in a movie theater. And I was losing my mind. Partially because of the excitement and because I did not know that this game had a commercial out yet. Wow, I did not know you could just do that with the boss as well.
Well, now you know.
I can't believe I learned something new about this game 20 years later. It's crazy. Jack a card! Hello, it is I, Jack of all cards. Yoshi P, give me new reward, please. I just want to go back and play Triple Triad. And Jack of cards.
Okay, Jack of Cards, time to take your meds.
No. I'll take them when you take them, fish boy.
Joke's on you. I'm swimming in the meds.
No, you are sleeping with the fishes.
Swimmingly.
Swimmingly. A2. What about A2?
That's weird.
What?
I just had a spike in the reading of your neurons with that statement.
Fuck you. Imagine if it was a certain other near reincarnation character.
Yeah, that one's been recollected.
Yeah.
I know it's really weird though.
What?
I get the same exact kind of reading when Dank is mentioned with Pawn.
Gee, I get the same kind of reading when Fish is mentioned with Collector.
Fish.
So Collector, is your dream to become a merman?
Zora, actually, get it right.
Merman. Get it right.
No.
No,
Zora.
no. Merman.
No.
And
Merman.
get it right. E-Man.
I have the power.
I've got that.
Bums, you want it. You want it? They're yours, my friend. But only if you have enough rupees. Look here, I can say something funny. 6, 7.
You can.
Dude, you can. I already said the funny numbers.
Funny. You didn't say anything funny.
I don't get the meme. I just don't.
It's just silly numbers. It's just the same as typing boob on your calculator, but it's just 6, 7. It's like 6,
See,
9.
6, 7 was funny for me growing up because I watched Dexter's Laboratory, and Dee Dee made the joke. Why
Yeah.
is 6 afraid of 7?
'Cause
7, 8, 9. Dexter's Laboratory growing
You
up
have to wait
was
3 hours? Jeez, that
good
sucks.
stuff.
Yeah, Dexter's Laboratory was less, like, on a different level. You know
Are
how
you really a
Dexter
Dexter's
cries
Laboratory
at the,
fan
at
if
the you know how that scene where Dexter cries at the Einstein poster?
I failed you.
That's me crying at the signed Elma print.
Oh my gosh. The moment you get in that mech and then all of a sudden you fail the mission horrendously
Oh
and
my
you go to the
gosh.
poster and scream, I failed you.
But yeah, no, Collector. The joke of the 6, 7 is that there's no joke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's it. I'm unsubscribing from the Orpheon. Dude, I just said 2 funny numbers. 6, 9. I hear it nonstop here. Oh. It's a good thing that you don't know about Bitronomus then. Do you win Radio Silence or do you watch the trailer, the overview trailer? Radio Silence. I will.
I thought you said Radio Silex for a second there.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah, I went
continue.
Radio Silex for the trailer. And I will ban anybody who talks about it. I joke. I just ask politely that people don't. Just let me be. Let me stay under my rock until I finish
Chad,
the
if
game.
you start talking about the trailer, we're gonna just stop reading the chat.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be reading it. Remember me? Alright, chat, for one more bit, I can change the fancy hunter graphic. You can do what? 6-9. That's it. I'm resubscribing. Then what happens if I say 420?
Oh no, I mistakenly clicked the end stream
Oh,
Or
instead
0
of the bit.
or 8008.
what happens if
Ah,
if I use the number 512? Will anybody get that here?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I know someone in the chat who might get it. Oh, I can't go through there. For I like the missiles are very super. Prime 4, but Silex gets a bike called the Xylophone would be great. Chad, I don't know if you give me permission to use that as a joke in the future for a review or a video.
You should.
Nah, it's their joke. I still have the kick the streamer. That's right. That's right, Pawn. But if you kick me from the stream, how else are you supposed to bully my lizard? Now I have Pawn held hostage. I want to unseat.
That's not a choice. That's an ultimatum. Gohan, we both know I don't know what that means.
I want to unsee too much. Yeah, that's why I said I'm not gonna watch it. So this is the randomized. Can you get the light suit early? Yes, you can get anything early in theory. You know. Yeah, go for it. All right, thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
You know what you also
It's
get early?
it's such a great joke that it just needs. I need to share that with the world somehow. You know. 420. I'm devoted to Elma Aran code 08008. I stopped saying redacted.
Wait. If he plays the radio, can you make the joke to further enhance the joke? Can you make like a xylophone tune for the ringtone or for the radio in the background?
No, collectively.
Oh,
That's
okay.
just going too far. I will add the xylophone as a ringtone, but I want to dress it.
Okay.
If there's like a sound effect when you summon like the viola and stuff like that, then yeah, sure. Still have Starmon post to send in Lasuna. Oh no. Wow, here I mentioned the name 512 and nobody bat an eye. Great. And corn? Gosh, stop it, Pawn. All I know is 3.14. But that's pie. I love pie. So yeah, my advice to people, if you want to be blind for Prime 4, do not look at the trailers, man.
And if you want to watch a Metroid streamer who also that will not spoil you, you're in the right place.
512 is, I feel like I know the joke, but it's poking in the back of my mind. Yeah, I'll let people. Sorry, man, there's no sleep agents in chat for 512. Wow. What about 816 then? I thought that the chat might know more about like spoopy sci-fi stuff. I guess not.
I know 42.
You mean the answer to life, the universe, everything?
Yes.
I know 6-7.
I know that one.
I know that one. It's my favorite. It's the toughness and strength of my favorite Magic the Gathering cards. Not my fault. I'll be blind and I'm watching Mr. Orpheon on them stream jigs. Stream of my jigs. Well, thanks for that, Mewtwo.
So, oh yeah, talking about Magic Act.
Sadly, we will be playing the Switch 1 version of the game because I ain't got Switch 2 money, and I am very happy with the fact that the game is still coming up to the Switch. I just hope that it's not poopy, because I've only seen Switch 2 gameplay, which makes sense, but you know.
Talking about Magic the Gathering, Capcom's getting a little bit too crazy with the Monster Hunter collabs.
Yeah. Yeah, Monster Hunter needs to stop, man. It's getting a
I
little.
love my Monster Hunter, but Dota
What?
2? Monster Hunter?
Why are these collabs things for me to just acquire while playing Monster Hunter? They're not based on other Capcom IPs. I remember a day where I could collect the Samus armor on my Monster Hunter and
Yeah.
Link armor and JoJo stuff, and how it played a big role on the success of people wanting to play Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate on the 3DS. Why am I not using the light beam? It's got a shotgun blast, chat. I don't know why we need another shotgun in Metroid. No. 816, is that a signal frequency? Yes, actually. But it's also a number I'm using for something else. So, hence why I'm asking people know those numbers. I don't got them Switch 2's gadgets either. Yeah, I mean, I'm just like... I like, so far at least, Kirby Air Riders is enough for me to be like, holy shit, I gotta play that game. More than DK Bonanza or, God forbid, Pokemon Legend ZA. But I feel like with Prime 4, there's enough. More of an incentive to buy it.
I think the news is correct. Metroid's going to be the last cross-play the Nintendo game.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, cross-compatible.
What do you mean by that?
They're gonna stop software support for the Nintendo.
What about Tomodachi Life?
Oh
That's
yeah,
on
Tomodachi
Switch
Life
1.
will be the last
They
one, yeah.
announced several other games that are coming out after Prime 4, like Rhythm Heaven and stuff.
But I think Tomodachi one's the last one.
Remember me? Yeah. It's gonna be one of the old ones. I thought for Switch 2 it's just simultaneously 120 frames and 4K. With Switch 1 you pick 4K at 60 FPS and 120. No, Chad, you have it wrong. Switch 2 you get to choose either 60 FPS and 4K or 1080 at 120 frames per second. Switch 1 is 960p at 30 frames per second. As stated on the Switch 2 Treehouse video reveal thing. Hackers are wreaking havoc on CA, and for once I don't mind. I mean, I don't really care about... Let Pokemon did this to themselves, and I think they deserve it, because making me have to play ranked PvP and pay for ranked PvP so I can get underwhelming megas of some Pokemons is just absolutely insane.
Someone said it pretty well. Announcing DLC before the launch of a game is straight diabolical.
Yes.
I agree.
Chat, please do not say anything about the Prime 4 trailer or else I will have to put you in timeout. I'm just put that over here. I'm staying blind. I am not watching trailers.
Well,
or
Chat member, there's a reason
Prime
why
4.
third
Please,
party
no, share.
don't want to do. There's a reason why third party don't want to do Nintendo Switch 1 game. The console's bad.
Yeah. Even the Switch 2, if you ask me. Hold on, I gotta make this better.
There you go.
Please, no trailer talk. I'm staying blind for Prime 4. There we go. Thank you. Nintendo asks other devs. Oh, okay, thanks for the clarification. No worries, chat member. $20 for DLC for a $70 game that was clearly rushed. Fun. Oh no, chat. It's not just that. You also have to pay an additional $20 a year if you want to get your hands on the Greninja, Chestnut, and Braxian Mega Evolutions. So that's an extra $20 that they also revealed at that time. That they also told you $20 for DLC. All Nintendo consoles are bad. Metroid is a saving grace. I mean, from the hardware perspective, it's kind of been like the underperforming side since the GameCube days. Can you imagine an alternate timeline in which the GameCube sales did not flop, and Nintendo just kept doing, you know, horsepower consoles like the other systems? Because I can't believe it took us until the year 2025 to finally get a true 1080p Metroid game. Like, wow, isn't that crazy? Dread and Prime Remaster are not true 1080p games, even. Check out that little space screw attack air positioning. Clip that, chat. Oh wait, I don't know how to type. $120 FPS is great. I mean, I guess. I've never really played anything that's over 60 FPS, so I think that if you put 120 FPS, my brain would just melt from, or not see it, you know? Oh, thank you so much.
I mean, 120 FPS is great, but
Croco.
you need a pretty potent monitor for you to be able to see that.
Yeah, and you not only you need that, you also need a monitor that can display 120 frames with a specific refresh rate in 4K as well, so... I see them as overkill. It's not been standardized enough. I also put my theory question about Silex in DMs. Nothing related to what we saw in the recent overview trailer, stuff we already know. I need to reread the Metroid manga again. Yeah. I mean, I feel that, like, 60 FPS is fine in general. I've not played a game at 120 frames per second. My monitors, I don't think, are made for 120 frames per second gameplay type of stuff. And not that I'd really need it, because like I said, I don't really play a game that's like, oh, this game runs at 120 frames per second, or was made to run at 100 frames per second, because sometimes it's just like frame rates being overclocked, but the game is not animated to be played out at that same resolution, so it just, where does it get the extra frame information from, you know? For the animations, is what I mean. Because then sometimes you get cheating and interlacing, or AI matching frames and stuff like that. So I think it determines, it varies a lot in whether or not the game was animated for 30, 60, or 120 frames per second. Then again, most of the games I play nowadays run at 30, 15, 12, or 4 frames per second, you know? The game still runs at 120 frames per second, so that means your button inputs have less input delay. Metroid doesn't need it, but it's great for FPSs. I mean, I guess, but at the same time, there's also way more frames and stuff. I don't know how to put my thoughts into words. I just am happy, chat, that my silly Samus and Elma ship is finally real, because we got Xenoblade X and Metroid Prime 4 in the same year. How crazy is it that I started this year with Elma game and I'm ending this year with Samus game? They were advertised together by Nintendo, I'm saying, is all I'm saying. And now they're both space, quote, princesses? There's way too many more conveniences now. "120 frames per second, Samus can mash her beam faster." Isn't it relative? Because that also depends on whether or not the controller can read the 120 inputs and send them to the console wirelessly, plus the delay on your monitor, You know? Assuming they don't put a cap on how much you can shoot. But then again, I don't really play first-person shooters at 120 frames per second, so what do I know? That's not me being sarcastic or anything. It's legit. Like I'm playing indie games that are not even programmed to, they're not even animated to go beyond 30 frames per second. You know. I'm not playing Counter-Strike or Halo or Marvel Rivals or whatever it is that people play these days. Two space princesses holding hands. Oh my gosh. I mean, they have the fan art. They also both fight crazy, evil alien space civilizations that are bent with destruction, assimilation, and or conquering and stuff like that, you know? If only chat could see the bits are happening right in front of me. Yeah, that's enough. Thanks, man. Croco just showed up with like water and stuff for like the stream. Like, I like the fact that the game can run like that. Don't get me wrong. It's just that like my brain is like I don't need it for these games. I just don't need it. It's overkill. I'd rather play it on the 4K mode, to be quite honest, and maybe see more details in the textures and the lighting and stuff like that than like the game running quote unquote smoother just because they doubled the frame rate. And I'm not sure if the game was programmed. Samus plus Salma or Elmas. I mean, I have the material, chat. If you want to see, I guess. It's not like I'm used to it in the videos anyways. Hey, Collector.
Yes.
How's it poppin'?
Terrible, you.
Better. Not bad, which means better than you. Which I guess means terrific.
Ah.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite part about Xenoblade X. They even have their own stupid bit amongst each other, you know. For how little you see like the other party members in the story compared to like the other Xenoblades 1 through 3, I feel that X does a great job at making those small moments have a lot of characterization and interactions that just allows you to fill in the gaps. Not to mention, makes you want to do the side missions more, so you have more chances of interacting with these party members. Which is part of the reason I would say that its formula for an RPG would work amazing for a Metroid RPG, if you were to ask me. Especially because a lot of the focus is world building, exploration, and a sense of isolation here and there. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, I mean, the Prime 1 is not a first-person shooter game. It's just a first-person game. Whoa! The elevator left without me.
Haha.
Few theories I posted in chat that you missed. But when I sent it again, Twitch started buffering. I didn't send you, so I'll just DM you. Wondering what kind of other stuff Silex has in his suit, since it's Federation tech. Will he be getting his own upgrades just like you, like Dante versus Virgil? Did he make his own version of PED suit from Prime 3 with another power source? I don't know, Brain. I think that the answer to those questions are I don't know. Because there's just no information on those aspects. But I could theoretically see Silex getting like his own abilities and trying to make himself stronger. Maybe stand toe to toe with Samus or whatever. But I don't think he's like make his own version of the PED suit. Or the capabilities of how he can like assimilate technology from other alien species and stuff, similar to how you can do that with the Varia suit and all that other stuff. I don't know if he's gonna have his own psycho powers, because at least in the bike trail, when they announced the trailer where they revealed the Viola, he didn't seem to have anything new on him. So I think he's after more the time travel abilities than necessarily the psychic abilities. Well, I guess I gotta explore Dark Aether then. I'm taking the opportunity to also eat a little bit of lunch. I really want Silex to have the mech suit, like the ones from Federation Force. That might be cool for a boss fight, actually. Even if it's not like the final boss fight, just Silex hijacks that Federation Force mechs and uses it against you. If you want that, there's Doomsoft reboots. 2016, Eternal, Dark Ages. Ah, Doom games. For a second, I thought you meant Eternal Darkness. I don't know why you were talking about Eternal Darkness. But yeah, I don't know what to think about those, because they're plausible. I'm not Rayan, but at the same time, we don't have enough information. The room in the Light Aether is called Forgotten Bridge. What's called in Dark Aether? Dark Forgotten Bridge. Boo doo 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 doo. I do hope Samus fights an entity beyond the reaches of space and time, a cosmic horror. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't put that out of, like, I would not like bet against that happening. Given the fact that in every Prime game and in every Metroid game, you do end up fighting some enemy or threat that could be of cosmic proportions. Super missiles. Oh, screw you. Random questions. If you listen to Cinemax's work, he's reverse engineering the Metroid Prime instrument and has made his own Prime-inspired tracks. I think I might have stumbled upon it way back in the day. I used to have a classmate in college who found the videos of a guy who was just trying to reverse engineer the instruments and made some Fendrana drifts, Metroid Prime, Torvus box sounding noises. So I don't know. It might have been the same person, but it's like been forever, and I never really went back to look for it anymore again. So it might have been. Just don't know how recently they've been making content or not. Oh, this spicy sauce is very spicy. Ooh.
How spicy is the spicy sauce?
I think you would have died, Gabe. I think if you had eaten this, you would have been redder than your Kamen Rider.
Nah, I gotten good with spice.
Have you?
Ever since, yeah, well, I don't think anymore because Hot Pot is closed down.
No. It died?
Yeah, yeah. Now there's a restaurant called Tacos versus Pizza on where it used to be.
Tacos versus pizzas. That's a restaurant name?
Yeah,
Wow. Crackpot theory.
yeah.
Metroid Prime 2 Dark Echoes is a Silent Hill game.
I never had this rule before, but I think I'm gonna make it a rule. I'm never gonna eat on a pizza place that also serves tacos.
No, I don't think I would either. That almost sounds kind of like, wow.
They didn't do exactly what they wanted, but they did it anyway.
Yeah. What was that quote from Jurassic Park?
The menu.
They were too busy concerned with whether or not it was possible. They didn't stop to ask if
They were too busy figuring out if it was possible.
Nobody bothered to stop and ask if it's...
If they should.
Yeah. Speaking of which, also in Magic the Gathering.
That is also one that follows the Magic.
Jeff Goldblum.
I saw that show where he plays Zeus and it's meh.
In which he plays what?
Zeus.
Which one?
It's called Chaos with a K.
No idea. I don't think I've seen it. Or heard of it, I should say. Well, we can fight Chica. Orpheon Spice measurement system using Gabe. On a scale of 1, Gabe is fine, to 10, Gabe does not. Gabe goes to heaven. Well, I say this because, like, back when Gabe and I were neighbors, Gabe was not good with spicy stuff. I think I now have to fight a boss, sadly. I might be forced to. Hmm. No, wait, there's a power-up there I can collect in Torvus Lagoon, right? I do have a gravity booster. This is probably the most genius thing about the Echoes randomizer.
What?
The warp.
Ah, yeah.
And it's an energy thing. Alright, that doesn't change anything, sadly. Fish.
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 Torvus Bog, my beloved.
Oops, fish. Well, I can either go fight the Chica.
I guess you can. I
Or-
guess you can say I'm putting this on my blog.
Anyways, I'm sorry that Collector had to leave the stream, chat. It was very fun having him, but
What?
I guess he has
No.
to go. Sacred pack. I'll go collect some other items before I go fight bosses.
Dark Aether was nice.
Yeah, right? It's not as bad as
Yeah,
they
yeah.
say.
It really isn't, actually. You know what? Did you know that they actually have poison instead of water? Other than that, it's great.
Dude, I don't know why the Luminov made such a big deal about Dark Aether.
Agreed.
Torva's blog, that was gonna be the name I was gonna use for my YouTube blog channel for Orpheon if I ever
Oh my gosh.
made blogs, but then I realized I'm not really a blogging type of fellow.
That was actually a pun specifically for the blog you have the bog you have to fight against. That was the name of the fish monster.
Yeah, of the eel fish monster thing.
Yeah.
Collector, if you could see a Metroid boss inspired by one fish, what fish?
Manta shrimp. Oh, fish. Sorry.
Fish.
I immediately went to the sea. Okay.
I said fish.
You're right. You're right. You know what? You know what I'd really like to see? Goblin shark.
Gobos?
Goblin shark.
Can you play them for one?
So wait, what?
That's a Magic the Gathering.
Oh, okay.
The magic item thing.
So a goblin shark, it's got this long pointed nose, and it's got these little weird looking face. Why it's called a goblin. Goblin.
Seeker
Shark.
missile, sweet, perfect.
But
That's one of the things we were
It's
looking.
got the ability to eject its jaw and stretch it out to grab food and then pull it back in incredibly quick. You have to go into incredibly slow motion camera to see it happen. That'd be a really cool mechanic to dodge.
You know what'd be another cool thing that you need slow mo to see? Me imploding with the hype of Metroid Prime 4. Retired Metroid YouTuber called Extinct Ethnic Mothman Tribe pathetic. More on this story from our reporter Dorfion on page 7. Oh gosh, Dorfion is a journalist now.
Bone would love that.
I love how you got knocked by the Metroid right onto the invisible platform, and then you proceed to fall down anyways.
Yeah, right? Because I did not know I landed on the invisible platform. So I thought I was gonna reset, so I took a spoonful of my lunch.
So what I understand is the Metroids that mutated from the power of blue goop aided you because Pon told them to, and you said no. You can't kill me, I kill me, and you fell down yourself.
Well, yes, except for the fact that they're not blue goop, they're possessed by the ink.
I mean, isn't everything all from blue goop by the end of the day?
No.
Details.
You're gonna tell me the goblin sharks are?
technically- What?
You're gonna tell me the goblin sharks are also part of the blue goop?
I mean, the sea is blue.
Reason is that Prime 2 is a Silent Hill game. Both games have you travel between two worlds, fight creatures from other worlds, remove the dark stuff from the other to heal the worlds, etc. So you're saying that a Link A Link to the Past is also Silent Hill 2, right? By that same metric. What about Link Between Worlds?
I was about to say that.
What about Twilight Princess? I blame Collector for reminding me of Goblin Sharks. Throws Spawn's unsupervised contaminated goop in his face.
Ha!
Collector died. He's now face on fish.
Collector's dead. No more collector.
No more
I've been-
collectors.
I've been
No
recollected.
more fish.
No more fish.
I'm throwing this rare copy of Poke Park into the trash.
But why? I don't appreciate the bullying.
I get
We're
it all the
supposed to
day.
bully
I get
Albert,
it. I get
not
it all
me.
the day. So I'm. You should.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm not throwing the rare copy of Poke Park. I'm throwing your Final Fantasy 14 account to the trash.
You wouldn't dare.
I really
Yeah.
did.
He. Which of all the Final Fantasy 14 accounts of this?
All of them.
Has?
Darn
of
it. Shut up, Albert. He's like, no.
I'm throwing all of them.
No.
Albert, I play start in the messages for post stream. Awesome. Thanks for letting me know.
That reminds me, I remembered seeing a one character.
You remember?
Yep. I
I
remember.
remember.
There was a person who actually leveled botanist to 60 before their main battle class.
I've seen,
They were asked what their main class is. It's like, I play botanist.
dude, I've run into people who are omni crafters and gatherers with level 0 jobs.
Amazing.
You remember? You recollect, says Midnight.
I forgore, then I remember, then I recollected. No, I forgore, then I recollected, then I remember.
Friend of said retired streamer Mr. Collector McFish sees blue goop everywhere. Soon after, they become face on fish from the lack of his Poke Park game. More of this weird fan story as it develops.
You'll never take me alive.
The chain of events, yeah. I'll give you 2 credits for the chain of events. Ponzi Goop has a semi-positive effect on him. He mega DG evolves.
Make it.
So when a fish Digimon Mega DG evolves, does that mean like they mutate into a land-based creature?
Not always. Sometimes they evolve into a shark.
And
Yeah.
sometimes we turn into Rutos.
But in Collector's case, his equivalent of Leomon.
Oh,
That means he dies up.
damn.
Sorry, I was eating. A DG fish evolves into a crocodile. I'm immune to the blue goop as it makes 15% of my genetic makeup as consequence of the brain cell sharing, says Midnight. Random question, where is your opinion of the Varia suit with purple lights as opposed to the other color scene? I think it's good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a little bit getting used to because just seeing purple with reds and oranges, it's kind of clashing, but that's precisely, I guess, why I like it. It really does help give Prime 4's Varia suit and story and publicity way more of a distinct visual difference, and that's kind of why I really like it. Because when I think of the Varia suit from this game that's also on corruption, I associate it more with Echoes. Because you see it in Echoes for longer than like corruption, which just changes to the PED. Brain cell friend of the retiree admits she's 15% comprised of makeup. Well, I can't wait for Metro Prime 4 so I can make videos about it, I guess. I'll come out of retirement for that. Alright, just Hive Key. But now I have Secret Missiles. Meaning... Sanctuary. I can go... I believe I can go to that place in Agon Wastes. Hmm. Yes, I can go to the Mine Shaft in Agon Wastes. Can do that. I can do this. I
I would
can do
love
this now.
to stay more, my friend, but I need to eat.
No, yeah, go ahead, dude. No worries. I'm eating right now, so.
I'll see you chat later. Have fun, but
See ya, Gabe. Oh no, now people can see Collector's missing body. What happened to you, Finn?
It was finished.
It was fishnest?
No, it wasn't finished. Get it?
Oh. Collector becomes man shark. Collector turns into a land shark with human legs, like Jeff the land shark, but with buff human legs and arms. At least he can breathe air in both land and water. Chat, what phase on herb are you smoking? Pass it around, man. These are hilarious. It disappeared because of the incident.
What about Phazon?
Oh my gosh. Oh, hi, Pawn.
Hi.
I mean, we are in a phase-on room, though.
Phazon.
Yeah.
Look at my storage room.
Well, there's an
Get
item.
out.
I just want the item.
No.
Yes.
Fuck out of here. Get it out of my storage.
No.
Mm,
You can't hoard all
okay. No more lizard.
Will Ether?
No more lizard.
You can't do that with Ether.
You know, I thought of drawing your lizard in that suit you have or Digimon, but I guess I'm gonna have to say no.
Oh my gosh. But Leezer. Alright, so
No
you're
Leezer.
saying no to more bully material. Great. I win in the end.
Anyways, I was just here to pop and say hi.
Hey, no biggie. We're gonna be playing here for a little bit more.
Okay, well, Phazon out.
Phase on vanish. Oh, and back collectors without legs no more. Now we'll see what other mod just wants to show on the voice chat, say hi and leave. At least it wasn't like she showed up, did something, refused to elaborate, and left. She actually elaborated. Upon notices a vial on her unsupervised mutagen goop is missing. On who's been drinking my goop? Midnight, I don't like that dolphin. Hey, Sky Temple key. pretty sure it's the first one. It's yelling? Well, I don't want to know why it's yelling like that. Mineshaft. Yeah, the pirates yearn for the days of the phase on mines.
Yay!
Oh my gosh, thank you for the yay. Spin! Oh my gosh. Thank you for the little squee. Dark Aether. And going through the portal. Coming out the other side. Chat is very quiet. I know what to do. 6-7.
I must go. My people need me.
What do you mean? Oh, you must leave?
My people need me. The fish, they call for me.
Alright.
I will catch you later.
Life.
Bye-bye, fish.
And there he goes. It's just me now, chat. And the voice is in my head, I guess. The worm in the brain. You know that we all have a worm in the brain? My worm in my brain tells me to say 6-7. Because Midnight told me to. Oh, it froze in the air. How fun. Do you think if there's a new freezing beam or weapon in Prime 4 that flying enemies you freeze will actually fall down to the floor and shatter this time? We should we should all live rent-free in there. I mean, you technically do. Mysel expansion shit. Collector takes the red mutagen goop. Pawn made he'll have the same abilities and powers of the Mantis Shrimp. First we Metroid, then we primed. So that we can go in echoes before the joke gets corrupted. Do I sound more like Zoidberg or Bender? In what regard? The way that you're talking and the things you're saying, or like the way you actually sound? Because I don't know. Man, I hope we get a new crazy beam. Hyper Beam was a good mix-up. And it's been a decade and a half. We can come up with new beams that isn't wave plasma and ice. In your head, you sound more like Bender. biting my shiny metal ace. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll come up with some other beams, but for me, it's less about the beams. Like, I agree. Like, some new beams are not just like your usual suspects would be fun. But I'm like more about like mobility stuff and or the applications of the beam because like I wouldn't be opposed to them bringing back the plasma beam like when they did it in Corruption because they added a new functionality and like things that you could do with a beam in that game. So like at the same time I wouldn't want the team to just be like, all right, we're not going to do those things because we already did those. What do I sound like in your head? I don't know. A lot of the voices just there. It comes to a point where I can't tell who's talking in there, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. You sound like a jail sandwich, like Barry from Resident Evil. Wow, seriously, what do I have to do for me to be able to do the echo puzzle in this room? Where white noise? Absolutely. But I love white noise, so that's why I don't really mind it. You don't hear it, but I actually have white noise playing on right now. Bender beam for Prime 4? No, the problem with that is that then you would have to insert a girder every time you would want to use the Bender beam, and then people would be crying that they brought beam ammos back for Metroid. No. What's the latest item I've gotten so far? In seriousness, I believe it was like some more ammo or something along those lines. In terms of actual like upgrades, the Seeker Missile. And I think Prime 4, with Prime 4, I don't know how they'll top some of the stuff they did in 3. The evolution of the grapple beam from 1 to 3 is quite steep. Is it though? Because like, it was just that you had the grapple lasso this time. You don't really use a grapple voltage for much of anything in general. And then the only thing that the lasso allows you to do is just yank things off enemies and surfaces. So like, it comes to the point where I don't think it's like gonna be hard to top a Metroid Prime 3, but most of the fact it's like, how do I say that? Like, it's more about the fact of what can they realistically and feasibly do that promotes for a good gameplay loop and stuff like that. And it's not just like the grapple voltage, which you collect, use a total of 3 or 4 times, and then never touch again, you know? Wait, this game had that multi-missile upgrade before Dread? Oh yeah, this was the first game that had the Seeker missiles. It was grapple beam, sweet. This had Seeker missiles. So did Corruption. So did Other M. And these games were called Seeker missiles. Yeah, yeah, I know they use the yank mechanic everywhere, but that's also why it's kind of like, in my eyes, kind of like a whatever thingy, same as the grapple voltage, even more so, because you can only use it in one. It's not like they had an enemy or a boss that you had to grapple voltage and steal the enemy from it, or you can use that to store energy on Samus and transfer it onto a different thing. And stuff like that. It was just like a lock. I either take energy or I give energy, and it opens that, like, well, it's, I don't really call it that much of like a thing, that I would rather them not do anything like that than just give me something else that's kind of like just there. Especially in something like Corruption, where like you have the hyper beam and it's just way more convenient to oblivibus everything on your path. That why would you stick to the grapple voltage aside from like, haha, I can do it. So like for me, it's more like I see the grapple lasso and the grapple voltage as sort of like the wave buster of the grapple beam, if you may. It's just an extension of what else the grapple beam could do. They just made it a fancy thing on the corruption because we motion gimmick. Energy transfer module. This is worthless. I really like the multi-missile upgrade. It's okay in these games. I think, to be honest, it's at its best in Dread. Than in this game. Or Corruption. What do the energy transfer modules even do? It's mostly for like a lore thing. They allow you to transfer the energy from Dark Aether to Light Aether. It's what Samus uses to like harness the energy and be able to bring it back to the other dimension. So, I'm more surprised, Dusty, that you know more about like the Metroid ROM hack than the official stuff in this case, I guess. I thought that this was pretty common knowledge or whatever. But I don't mind, like, you know, there's always somebody who maybe didn't play Echoes or whatever, but most of the time when I see people who know like things from fan games or ROM hacks, they it's generally because they already played all the games and they want more, but that's what I get for making assumptions. I just make an ass of me. But yeah, like in the context of the game, it does nothing. It does tick the percentage up by 1 if I'm not mistaken, but in the grand scheme of things, you could theoretically like beat the game without the energy transfer module. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if the randomizer actually puts like a flag on it that you need it. Story of Echo is not the stuff in the game. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because like you know, you knew so much about Metroid X Fusion that I had thought. Oh, well, you look at that, everybody's favorite boss. He runs away, the coward. Maybe it's just because of Viola, but if I get the feeling they want to build on their new stuff rather than building on top of older mechanics. I agree. And for those reasons, I'm way more excited because it's also been like so long that I want to see new stuff rather than trying to say stuff. Well, I assumed, because I assumed you knew about Metroid X Fusion. I can remember. Well, maybe I'm confusing it, but like I thought I could remember you helping me through Metroid X Fusion, and if that's the case, my apologies. Just trying to get to know you better, chat. Is all. But yeah, I mean, I don't really the Metroid knowledge. I'm here to share it. Don't not worry. Yeah, I could remember. I could have sworn you were among the stream chat members in chat that were helping me throughout the game and stuff like that. Yeah, this guy is supposed to be a pain in the ass, but I'm showing you the easy, or quote unquote easy, way of defeating the guy. Even though he's kicking my butt at the moment, but I'm playing this on hard as well, so. Oh, if I landed those 2 shots, he would have died. He would have been dead. No, he was right there. Ah, he was about to die. gosh. There we go. See, he's not that bad, dude. Done in hard mode and in a randomizer. You just gotta... I personally dislike the Alpha Block and Grapple Guardians more than the Boost and Spider Guardians. Oh, Sky Temple Key. Is this Metro Prime Pinball? No, this is Metro Prime Pinball Echoes. Trying to think of a topic to think about besides my Ghost Town project. Samus and Elma shit. Right for Red and Blue, I don't know. I hope Prime 4 has a multiple boss fight. They're super novel and fun in Prime 2. Agreed. It's part of the reason I like Echoes is that they were already out the gate, you know, they were already starting to think of ways to play around with the foundation that they had and stuff like that. I just think the Spider Guardian is just more tedious and the checkpoint isn't great either. Yeah, no, agreed. It is. I agree with that and all that stuff, but like at the same time, I feel like they're nearly not as Elden Ring abominations as people sometimes make them out to be, maybe. Good night, have fun. Well, thanks, Mewtwo. Have a nice night. Alright, so I got a Sky Temple Key. That doesn't really help me much. Like, there are tough enemies, but they're not like Balteus. Or we're fighting freaking Handler Walter and stuff like that. But then again, even in those games, you can kind of cheese it, you know? Midnight, are you still here? If you are, I have more sketch for you. Well, I guess I now have to go to now I do have to go to Sanctuary Fortress, but I can go through that door. I'm listening, but work is hectic. Well, then I don't know if you rather have me send it to you via DMs or not. Whichever is easier for you. Speed, open door. Thank you. Gonna get jumped by dark pirates, aren't I? Oh no, no dark commandos, sweet. Chad, do you think that Metroid Prime 4 will have the same collect the MacGuffins at the end of the game type of stuff? If so, would you be excited about it or not? And if you're in either or, let me know what is the main thing that might help you, like, ease into something like that, or that if you'd like to see. I personally am excited and hopeful that they do that, because those were always my favorite part in these Prime games. Because then, like, it really felt like an open world, and I was collecting the items for 100% anyway, so... Like, I just think it was a fun mechanic for, like, a final victory round, even if it's, I guess, a little bit of padding when you think about it. I just think they're the most fun part about the game. I hope not, but if they do, I would at least appreciate if there aren't as many. I hope so. I kind of hope it's not as easy as Prime 3's, yeah. If I were to add them, I would do the same thing they did in the first Metroid Prime, where you can, like, naturally collect a lot of them in your blind run if you know where they are. You can collect, like, 9 out of the 14. But I think it's fun, especially now that I guess we have the like if we can use that to like retraverse the world and find all these collectibles, it could make part of the whole thing a little bit more fun. I know that there's people who don't like it, and that's fine as well, but I really think it's the best final challenge of a Metroid game, rather than just, I collect the Phazon suit, let me go fight Metal Ridley, and the Phazon suit did nothing. Or Light suit, for that matter. I remember as a kid wondering what the strange Chozo symbols were that I was collecting. Little did I know they were required. Well, I think it's that because I was one of the when I was, you know, a kid and I played Prime, I stumbled upon the artifact temple, and so like I guess that eased me into it. It's best because you can skip having to go back to Mine Carvins. Yeah, that's true. It's also kind of the same in Echoes, where you can just use the temples to go from one place to another. But I know that people don't really like the idea of going into Dark Aether and all that other stuff, and that I'm the weird minority that actually is like in love with it. That bitch is calling me. It'd be late hours for me, I know. But I really appreciate everybody just showing up, so thank you so much, Haley. Have a nice night. Okay, now I'm back. Alright, so I'll show you then midnight. Hold on. Oh wow, this is much larger than I thought. Another she. I just think it's neat. Prime 2s are almost perfect. I wish one of the 2's areas was skippable if you collected the Sky Temple keys early. My only real hatred for the keys are all the loading screens. Love the backtracking, I hate going through so many loading screens. Yeah, I can agree with that. It's already... It can already be a lot with the different loading screens per elevators, but... On that train, I think you'll like the sketch I sent over. There's a good deal of teasing sass in there. Big elbow to the side, I told you so. Well, this is not so much that told you so, but given the fact that you know what type of archetypes I like, I think you'll be able to tell more. Who's that? Original character, do not steal. Just excited about everything that's to come with Prime 4, honestly. Yeah, I'm also pretty excited in general. Like, I've been very excited and optimistic with everything that they've shown so far. But with that said, I'm also like not gonna be looking at any more trailers and stuff just because I want to be as blind as it. Who is that? Or is that a recollection spoiler? It's not based on recollection, it's something else. But I guess I can give details of the character later. Still writing. But it's just an original character that I think was neat. At least you're in company. The devs from Tears of the Kingdom and Dark Aether are my favorite part of Tears of the Kingdom and Prime 2. Yeah, I like the idea of the devs in Tears of the Kingdom. I just wish that there was something down there. Culture or lore or stuff like that, you know? Maybe some town that's run by Zonai robots and stuff like that. Same with the Sky Islands. Like, I didn't really feel like I was visiting much locales that were lived in as just creepy places that were here all along. So I wouldn't really equate the depths to the same as like Dark Echoes and the lore behind it and stuff like that, and the ing and what it represents for the Lumineth and all that stuff, because we have the context. I do the same when it comes to trailers. A couple of them, and then after that I'll just wait. I want to go in blind. Yeah. It's like, for me, like when they showed off the Viola bike and they gave me a release date, that was like all I needed to know for like, all right, there's some really, really, really new ideas in this game. Hooray. and I know when it's coming out, and I have liked everything I've seen. So it's cool that they have the review trailer and all that other stuff. Gabe looked at it, and he told me better not to just not look at it and go in as blind as I can. One thing I look forward to is being scared by the new enemies. Prime's enemy designs can be pretty gross. Not to mention, not enough to terrify me, but to give some heebie-jeebies. I mean, when I was a kid, I would have nightmares from Metroid. I'm not even joking about that. Like, I would have to stop playing. When I got Metroid Prime, it was like the first, I wouldn't really say like horror game, but like spooky game. You know, I went from playing Zelda and Banjo-Kazooie and Pokemon and all the other Nintendo IPs to suddenly jump into Metroid. And it's like, well, these people died. And they died. And all these other monsters and creatures. So it was at the point where, like, if it was sundown, like if it was dark outside, I would not play Metroid. Because then I would get nightmares of the Metroids and the She-Goths and the Space Pirates and the X-Parasites and all that other stuff. And maybe that's why I love it so much. I just saw who's gonna voice Rosalina in Super Mario Galaxy movie, and I don't know how to feel about it. Well, I really didn't watch the direct, nor am I gonna watch the trailer. I don't really think I might watch this Mario movie, to be honest. But yeah, as a kid, it gets intense. I mean, even as an adult, I look at some enemies and think, ew. So I expect Prime 4 to have some enemies that unnerve me to fight. Yeah, and not only enemies to fight, but also like cosmic horror stuff, you know, about the fall of civilizations and stuff like that you saw with Luminov and the Chozo. Space Pirate Facility in Prime 1, aka the Orpheon, where Metroid's escape and everything goes dark, still scares me. Facility, okay, then never mind. I think we're talking about the Fendrana Drifts facility, my bad. It's just that when somebody says facility Metroid Prime, my brain immediately goes to the Orpheon. I wonder why. I wouldn't be able to tell you why. My brain just autopilots to the Orpheon. Yeah, that one is also creepy. I remember also when you fight the Wave Troopers for the first time, those guys terrified me because as a kid I thought they had like a long neck and no head. And then they like overwhelmed me and it took me like a couple of tries to get past that room. So I was always like afraid of them. I always had like a very active imagination, so that certainly did not help, you know. But in hindsight, it's also what made all of the lore and the worlds and the creatures just like stick with me. More so than like bokoblins and Lizalfos and stuff. Well, officially, we've seen the intro cutscene to all of the areas. Now we're just missing his light suit and super missiles, and I would be fully decked out that it becomes just cleanup. I never like walking up to dead enemies in Metro because I'm always concerned they'll reanimate. It's like Resident Evil in that regard. Shit. I still win. Well, I guess I gotta come back to this room later so that Dark Samus breaks the bridge so that thing loads. So I can do the... collect the item in this room. Oh well. Shout out to the jump scares, Super Metroid and Prime 3 pull on you with the dry corpses. The one who sits on the other side of the Prime 3 door still gets me sometimes. They even have a little spooky ringing sound effect. Yeah, I love those. I wish they bring those back and stuff. Oh right, Dark Samus pretty much has a hall scene with the space pirates, right? A hall scene? What do you mean by that? Like a scene that takes place in a hall? Oh yeah, like Darth Vader killing the rebels in the hall. Yeah, but we already did that. We're past that, sadly. We did we did her second boss fight earlier, and that's when that scene takes place. So, again, we're playing randomizer, so I'm very much out of order. There's another scene in which she destroys that bridge at the entrance of the Sanctuary Temple, which is what I'm trying to trigger. Sweet. Okay. And now I can do this puzzle of sorts. In peace. Normally this gives me an energy tank, so we'll see. Light suit, let's go. Oh my goodness. GG's game. GG's. Wow. Alright, well I still need super missiles. But that's another item I can collect in here. The environmental design of Sanctuary Fortress is just insane. Probably a me thing, but I hate the enemies you turn into platforms in Prime 1 and 2. Something about having to stand on something that can flip over and hurt you if you're slow gives me anxiety. What enemies like that in Echoes or Prime 1? The ones I can think from Prime 1, I mean, I can't really think of something that you have to step on or use an enemy as a platform. That's more of a 2D game type of stuff. Unless I'm misremembering something. Which is why I'm asking. Oh yeah, I can't read Cobalt. But I can go to the room that has Cobalt. Plus a couple of items along the way. So I'll go do that and then teleport back here once I have The Cobalt. For Magmar Carvens, it shows up in one spot, you shoot and it flips over. Oh, okay, yeah, those guys. And they're also in Dark A, they're in a few rooms. I just did one. Right. Yeah, I can see why. Yeah, I get it. I'm just glad that at least, I guess, in these games, the time you have a generous amount of time to just jump off them, especially since they don't require you to do like some crazy platforming from one onto another for a crazy stretch. You just like turn it over and then like, you know, jump on it and then jump off immediately. But I get what you mean. It does add a little bit more of tension when a game asks you to do that. Bottle Spore is simultaneously cute and creepy to me. Wow. It's the first time I've ever heard that anybody saying anything like that, but I can see what you mean. I'll agree. I agree. It is as cute it is creepy. It's got a very polarizing design in my eyes. I think that's what adds to it, I guess. It's like the alien, it adds like this alienness to them of sorts. I love this room because it makes you go through the portal, the loading screens of the portals 3 times back to back just to get somewhere else. But I like the reason why they make you do it for traversing through the room. Like, it's something I could imagine Guacamelee does with its instant polarity shift or world shift type of stuff. Well, just a missile. Between, like, the land of the living and the land of the dead. Speaking of designs, the look of the new alien race in Prime 4 is so pretty. Oh, the Larman? Yeah, they look pretty cool. Can't wait to learn more about them. Again, I've only seen as the thingy at the cutscene, so I wouldn't be able to tell you anything else. Oh, there's a beam ammo there. Well, shit. Okay, these guys are immune to power bombs. I didn't even know that. This is why I normally destroy the head and then the body. I learned that pretty quick when I was a kid. The head is way more annoying than the body. I forget, are all the B map shows ammos optional in Echoes? Yes. By all intents and purposes, you don't need to collect more beam ammunition in the same way you don't need to collect more energy tanks or missiles, you know? But it's like, why wouldn't you? I'll be honest, I don't like the planet name, which is Vuros. It's mostly the view part. I'm still, like, neutral on the name. Trying to see if there's, like, a bigger significance, or if it means something in the other alien language, but... You know, it's coming from the same thing that one planet is called Talon. Like a bird's talon, or... Aether. I also didn't like Brio when I was a kid, because at least in the US, which I used to travel a lot for vacations and stuff, there was like this chain of Italian restaurants called Brio. It wasn't written the same way, but I guess you can kind of You know, I equate it to something else in our on our real world, just like the other ones. My guess is that the view and Vuros could be about the you know, some symbolism over the different time periods and stuff. Italians in Metroid, lol. Well, there's Federation troopers with like specific names and stuff like that. So you know, there's Maurice. So one of them is Maurice Favreau, and stuff like that. So like you know, we we. Alright, I'm gonna go over here. I'm just gonna collect the thing because I don't want to fight the boss. Main gyro chamber. Unless I have to, in which case, then, well, screw it, I have to do it. Like, if it was Veros or... Well, you wrote the same thing there twice, it would be alright. Yeah, I guess. But... See, if you write it like that in the final version, I read it as Vueros, which is like a Spanish word, so we would get back at the same problem, I guess. It's the Vue and Veu that sounds weird for me, because I'm a Spanish speaker. Maybe that's why, like, I don't mind the English in my Metroid names. Because for all intents and purposes, that could just be the Federation name of the planet, similar to ZDR or SR3D8, and then it's got a different name by the locals. Town form is the only one I think of purely because Talon is a cool word. I mean, I guess it makes more sense for it to be called Talon because when you think about it, chosen are birds, and birds usually have talons. So that's at least why I thought that the planet was called Talon 4. If they make it work thematically, I'm cool with it. Same here. You just have to marry it to the story. You marry it to the story and the themes and all this other stuff, and it's fine in my book. There, I can read blue now. So yeah, that's my 2 cents, and like in the same way that if they were trying to do Talon because birds have talons and Aether because of the light and the energy of the planet, then like I guess I could sit through. Euros does not bother me as much, especially after coming from Valhalla, Olympus, and Elysium. You know? I guess my brain just came to terms with it. Not to mention there's a planet that's just called Pirate Homeworld. It's probably my least favorite one. They couldn't call it, like, I don't know, Gunstanza. Pirates come from planet Gunstanza. Or planet Gunfroid. Planet Warblurd. Should probably hire me to make names. What's that? Oh, that's a Bling Blong. Sky Temple Key? Now that I can read blue, I can fight the Spider Guardian. Right, chat, I got enough time for one more boss fight. Is it going to be the Spider Guardian or is it going to be the security drone on Sanctuary Fortress? If I'm fast enough, we can do both. Tying it back to high command or whatever the term was would have been cool. I guess, but like it's different because like I wouldn't really call it back to high command because that means mostly like a position of authority. This is more like a base of operations. So I think I would have, if to go in theme with that, I would reference more the base of operations rather than command, chain of command. Which one? Yes. Well, I'm giving you the option of a preview. I'll go fight the security drone then. How do you like that extra bit of using the screw tags animation as a pseudo third jump? Making it sound like I'm some speedrunning trick over here. Open up! Thank you. I ain't got time for you. And we go through the portal. Ah! No, no, Huntering. No, you do not get to fight me. I do not want to fight. Bye-bye. Wow. Why? It froze. The screen. Alright, well, let's go fight this boss then. Yeah, Huntering really tried an ambush, but unfortunately for them, it wasn't so successful. Oh, wow, it debated me. Again, another instance of a Morph Ball boss. Pretty cool. That's why Echoes is part of my favorite. I think it's got the most bosses that make you use a Morph Ball. Or that are like completely thought and or are completely thought using the Morph Ball. From all the games in the series. And I'm tired of seeing not a lot of people giving it enough credit for that. Because it's pretty cool. It's like the most iconic power-up in all of Metroid. You don't see it used that often in a boss. Alright, last phase. But no, it's harder because there's 3! Whoa! Chiet. So that's what tricky. The boss keeps getting trickier and trickier because I put the weak point right next to the claw thingy. Oh, I almost had him. There we go. Sweet. I mean, tweet. Oh, shit. Oh, double shit. Can I get a triple shit? Energy tank. Sweet. Brian, I couldn't read what you posted. It was redacted for some reason. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Alright, so I think next stream we'll try and actually complete the randomizer, given that we have light suit and the and all that stuff. And we have a couple of Sky Temple keys. So definitely the next stream is going to be more boss fight oriented rather than exploration oriented. So I'll start with the spider boss, and then maybe we can make our way to Chica or however you pronounce it. And I think we took care of a Morbius. No, we didn't. I don't think so. I think it fought a single. No, I've not taken out any of the boss, any of the guardians. So maybe we'll fix that next stream. So I'm just gonna save over here and call it a stream. Hopefully, if we have more time, well, we'll definitely have more time after the seed. So I'll see what else Metro related we continue into. We can always just do another playthrough of Corruption. But I'll leave that for chat to decide. I'll come up with several games and then we'll see which one do we play. But yes, here's where I'm gonna call it a stream. So yeah, in that regard, we're only missing just a few items for this randomizer seed. Fortunately, it's been pretty generous considering how these Echoes randomizers tend to go a lot of the time. So I'm pretty happy with that. Like I said, I think we only have is the enemies, the bosses remaining, and then we should be in the final stretch of just finding the Sky Temple keys and going to fight. But I'm gonna call it a stream here and stuff. Go and continue tweaking and working on my other scripts. And with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Can't wait for Prime 4, and I'll see you next time.